if you've been to the doctor and you've tested positive for HIV, AIDS, or herpes, an incurable STD, they should automatically be required to put you into a database that can be searched nationally by.
Whew. That's a cold game right there. That's a cold one. What's good, y'all? Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Dizzy Dspill. And you tuning in to Thoughts of Dizzy right here on the Epic Lounge Network. This one right here this one's tough. This one is a tough one right here. She's on her gangster. Something must have happened. Of course, I get stuff sent to me all the time. So yeah, we're gonna get right into this. Yeah, she wasn't playing. She took the gloves off immediately. So let's see what she got to say.
Anybody, so that they can know if the person they're dating or the person they're in a relationship with has HIV/AIDS, because they make sex offenders register, right, nationally. Yeah. You can't even buy a house if you're a sex offender. You on my fucking Ring camera. My Ring app will show you sex offenders in the area. Insane. But you mean to tell me the government still hasn't come up with a protocol to put something in place where people with HIV/AIDS literally have to go into a database so that we can search it to see for ourselves? Are you really leaving it up to these people to tell their partners that they're HIV positive? Why do you think there's 20,000 new cases in Atlanta? Motherfuckers are not telling. And first of all, a lot of them are not getting tested. That's the problem. They don't even know they have it. They're just out here giving it away. But for the ones that do know they have it,
she said giving it away like, hey, yo, I got plenty. Who wants it? You get some. That's wild. She's pissed though, y'all. She's pissed. I understand. This is a touchy subject, man. I understand.
They're not telling either. And that's really what's unfortunate, because hurt people. So now they want to hurt everybody else because they're hurt. Yeah. So why the fuck isn't the government taking it more seriously? Why isn't there a database where people automatically go into it? They don't have to.
The reason why the government doesn't take things like this seriously, sweetheart, let me break it down to you. The reason why they don't take this stuff seriously, or as serious as you want it, is because it's not affecting certain groups the way it's affecting us. Once it starts affecting other households and families and groups that are considered superior, it will be talked about. And I'll give you an example: the opioids crisis. That doesn't really affect a lot of people in the Black community is the way it affects other communities. Therefore, it's been a serious task for certain legislators in certain states, and they've done things. And Texas is a prime example of that. They really cracked down on the opioids, fentanyl crisis. And that's the other thing. They use the word crisis. When the 80s was affecting the Black community, it was the war on drugs. You understand what I'm saying, sweetie? So that is one of the reasons why it's not being taken as serious, is because it's not hitting home for specific people to say, for specific people that are empowered to say, hey, we need to get this taken care of. We need to figure something out. So that's the answer to that question. But I'm gonna keep going.
Register like a sex offender, you have to register yourself. Fuck that. No, the doctor office or wherever you get your test from, they need to be registering the people automatically as soon as they test.
The thing about that she's on to something. I get what she's trying to say, but the thing about like people doing things for you is we already have a nation that deals with a lot of fraud. And when you start dealing with fraud and stuff like that, you got people in the medical field. You can have somebody that'll make some stuff up about you because they don't like you. Okay, I'm gonna put this in your record. I'm gonna tell everybody that you got this. I'm gonna switch some stuff around in your medical records. People have done it with PPP loans. People have done it with all kinds of fake COVID results and stuff like that. When COVID was going down, people can find their ways around it. So it's gonna have to be something so airtight, like attached to your social security number and signed off by 5 people type of scenario to really take effect like that. But just your doctor, your pediatrician, or not pediatrician, your physician or somebody like that, just putting that stuff down, it could get real messy, because doctors and physicians, they make mistakes too. They're human, they are. And data systems can be breached. If you have people's name and information, medical records and stuff like that, and it could just get messy. There's HIPAA laws and stuff that protect these type of things as well. But it can get messy. But I understand her frustration, and I'll give some more of my commentary when I let her finish. Let me let this video finish.
Positive, because it's not going to go away. It is what it is. It's incurable. That would alleviate so many issues with HIV/AIDS, because people can, do their due diligence. I mean, still get your partner tested, of course. Go with your partner and get tested, but that would eliminate so much of the legwork. Just knowing if you've already been tested for it and it was positive.
Well, this I'm gonna try to keep this short. This could be a really long conversation. I wish I could talk to the fellas about this one, but our schedules are crazy. There's a lot to be said about what she's talking about. It's such a touchy conversation, y'all. It really is, man. It really is. And let me tell you, her passion and her intentions, she's not wrong. Her intentions they're not wrong. But you got things like HIPAA laws. When it comes to intimacy, right? I'm trying to be careful with my words here. When it comes to intimacy and who you lay down with and who you deal with, a lot of that stuff really is on us. That's why it's not supposed to be promoted and perpetuated and pushed on children, because their minds aren't developed like ours. They're not supposed to have the type of freedom like we have because we've made it to adulthood, right? But people do lie, and it's very concerning. There's a lot of people out there that have dealt with this stuff that are liars, and some people don't know that they have this. And in our community, it did a number on our community in the 80s and 90s, HIV/AIDS, right? This is not a joking matter. It's not a joking conversation for sure. But when we start singling people out and saying that, what she's missing because she's passionate is something probably happened to maybe her friend or her relative or maybe even her. When just like the other video I did where the sister was going off about the unruly kids, right? The problem is with these situations is that, as easy as it may sound to say we need a database where everybody can see your information, no, and this, that, and the other, some of those people in that database can be real victims where it happened to them. A husband done it to them, a boyfriend done it to them, or maybe, a relative took advantage of them and done it to them, right? And then here you are saying that, no, you got to put your information out there. And some people have caught certain things and took themselves out. You feel me? They just removed themselves altogether. So it's just a touchy situation. I do think there should be something in place for people to be able to protect themselves. I just don't know what that is. And I can't even begin to think about it right now. Maybe I might come up with an idea later. So her intentions, I agree with, but the concept I don't, because you have to remember when somebody is contracting something, right, a disease from someone else, they are the victim. Okay. They are the victim. Now, in the meantime, until something is figured out, if there ever be a result of something that would make this situation a little bit better and easier to deal with, we got to just do our part. We got to protect. I mean, it might sound like a broken record, but we have to protect ourselves. You got to strap up, y'all. A lot of people is out here raw dogging. It's nasty, man. And yes, Atlanta, Texas, but we live in a world right now that's over sexualized, and black people are going through it probably the worst, right? And that's just what we got to do. You feel me? Y'all can let me know what you guys think in the comment section. But for me, my perspective, I do think there should be something in place for people to be able to protect themselves. But you got to remember, I always tell my wife this when we have conversations about new laws or new ideas. You open one door, you're going to open another. So when people propose things, you always got to remember, you open one door, you might not even open a door. It might be a window, it might be a side door or something. But when you open one door, you can open another or several. So we can't be quick to be like, yeah, man, we should put them in a database like offenders, because what she missed, the biggest thing that she missed in her message, even though I agreed with how she felt about things, is that what about the people that are victims? What about the children that have became victims to things like this, right? But you guys let me know what you guys think in the comment section, for real. I would love to know what you thought about her take and my rebuttal and my reaction to this. I definitely would love to know what you guys think about this. Healthy dialogue, that's all. You have been tuning into Thoughts of Dizzy. You know what it is right here on the Epic Lounge Network. If this is your first time pulling up, make sure you press that subscribe button and turn the notifications off so you don't miss anything from us over here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Until next time, peace.